What's up guys, Sam Adams here and welcome to On the Topic Of, which is a series every single Friday here on my YouTube channel where I choose a topic that's been in the video game news spotlight in the past week or so and I give my thoughts and opinions on it. It's always a good time. And this week we're going to be talking about Angry Birds 2, which is like the 12th or 13th version of the game that's ever come out. Anyways, we'll get into that in a minute, but without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So before we start, I want to read a list of all of the games that have come out with the Angry Birds title. So of course you had the original that came out in 2009, then Seasons came out, which was originally debuted as Halloween, and it had a theme to it, and so they realized how popular this was, and they started making ones with Christmas themes, and Thanksgiving themes, and February, and Valentine's Day, and all of that good stuff. February isn't a holiday. But yeah, so they made Seasons, that was successful. Then Rio came along, and I believe there was a Rio 2 also, that kind of coincided with the movies, the Birds from Pixar and all of that good stuff, and it didn't really do that well, but it was interesting. It implemented new birds into the mix, and so that one took off pretty well. Then you had Friends, which had weekly tournaments. This is where it starts getting a little sketchy. Space added gravity effects to it. Star Wars and Star Wars 2 came out mainly so Disney could make some money. Go was a racing game. Not too sure on that one. Epic was a turn-based strategy RPG. Yeah, I still don't get that one either. Angry Birds Transformers, I believe, was a 2D side-scroller, and now there's Fight, which I assume is a fighting game, and it just seems like Angry Birds, with all of these games, is coming out with two. Maybe they're trying to reinvent themselves. The thing with Angry Birds is that it has exploded beyond what Rovio could ever have imagined it would have achieved from making this little game with a pretty good physics engine and an interesting idea. And I think that they're trying to just kind of wipe the slate clean and start over with Angry Birds 2, because of course this is not the second entry into the Angry Birds franchise. There have been many, as we just read. And so I think that this is kind of their way of saying, you know, it's time to kind of cleanse the palate and try something with a little bit more bare bones, back to the drawing board kind of idea. Because if you look at this screenshot of the website, the Angry Birds 2 website, you'll see that there aren't any new birds to the franchise that they have been added that you can wonder what they do. It's just the same exact guys from the original OG Angry Birds game, and I'm kind of wondering if it's going to continue the story of the birds versus the pigs. Because, I mean, although it's a very simplistic story, birds versus pigs, it still holds some value, and I believe that long-term fans of the Angry Birds franchise would appreciate kind of a more story-based thing. Not Telltale or by any means, but I'm just a little bit more in the story side. Of course, the gameplay side of Angry Birds has always been amazing. If you take your little finger and you touch a bird, you pull him back and then he gets launched across the screen, and it's a really great way to do things, and it always works out well, and it always felt good whenever I was playing Angry Birds because it felt like a real physics engine, and I hope that they keep that strong in the new version in Angry Birds 2. Because I think that that is one thing that people love about Angry Birds, and that is one thing that should definitely not change, is that the physics engine, especially the one in space, was absolutely fantastic. I remember the boomerang guy in Rio was really, really good, but it should be interesting to see where Rovio takes this new entry into the Angry Birds franchise that no one really ever thought would take off like it did. So there you guys have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a like down below and comment what you think about Angry Birds 2. Has it gone too far? Have they stretched the franchise way too thin? Is it going to bust soon? Let me know what you think below, and of course if you are new to the channel or you've never seen any of my other videos, you might want to head over and check some of those out. I do new stuff 4 or 5 days a week, so there's always something new on the channel when you drop by to watch some videos. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.